the book of Esther, chapter 5 and verse 1. And we're talking about one of our foremothers that had the same, it was like I said, we in today's captivity. That's what you made mention. You can't go to the racetrack or these different things, you know what I'm saying, because they won't let you have them glorious apparel, right? Well, Esther had the same thing.
That's it. The rest of Esther, chapter 15, verse 1. And upon the third day, when she had ended her prayers, she laid away her mourning garments and put on her glorious apparel.
Okay, so she had put on her glorious apparel, read on.
And being gloriously adorned, after she had called upon God, who is the beholder and savior of all things, she took 2 maids with her.
So what was her glorious apparel unto God? What was the glorious apparel that Esther put on that was unto God? Which thing it was? A dress. That was modest apparel. That was glorious unto God. You know what I'm saying? God recognized that as being glorious unto me. Because anything other than that for our women to dress is just an abomination. And that's the thing that God hates.
I do have a question. So if it was a woman out here, would she be wearing a dress like y'all? Would she be wearing shorts and I see number of men out here for y'all.
Well, yeah, because we come out in the street to teach our people. Our wives are, in a sense, looking after our children, making sure things are safe when we get back. Making sure everything is prepared for us.
Y'all have nobody else in y'all church as a woman that come out here other than y'all wives or daughters.
To come out here to teach?
Yeah.
No.
They're dressed in a dress apparel.
Yeah, our wives dress in modest apparel 24/7. They go to the store, everything.
Dresses all day
in
long.
modest apparel. Because look, read. So read that part again.
And being gloriously adorned, after she had called upon God, who is the beholder and savior of all things, she took 2 maids with her, and upon the one she leaned, is carrying herself daintily, and the other follows, bearing up her train.
Okay. Bring it up.
Rest of Esther, chapter 14, verse 14. But deliver us with thine hand, and help me that am desolate, and which have no other helper but thee. Thou knowest all things, O Lord. Thou knowest that I hate the glory of the unrighteous.
Because Esther was a queen. She was made a queen by a heathen. He made her a queen, right? So in the sense of a queenship, she had to wear what the heathen told her to wear. So if the heathen wanted her to wear half naked or whatever the heathen wanted her to wear, that's what she had to wear. Well, we read in 5 and 1 that she put on her righteous apparel to send up prayers unto the Lord. But now we're going to read it in context till we get to that point, right? So read that part again, 15.
Thou knowest all things, O Lord. Thou knowest that I hate the glory of the unrighteous, and abhor the bed of the uncircumcised, and of all the heathen.
So Esther hated all the things of the heathen. She hated everything that the heathen stood for. You understand? We are not the glory after the heathen. Neither their appearance, or no parts of their appearance, even down to the blonde in our hair.
Right.
We supposed to hate that thing. Right. You understand what I'm saying? Read on.
Thou knowest my necessity, for I abhor the son of my high estate.
She said she abhorred her glory. How did you say she what?
For I abhor the sign of my high estate.
She said she abhorred the sign of her high estate. So she didn't want to dress like no queen. Right. She wanted to dress in modest apparel, in righteous apparel. Right. The apparel that the Lord adorned for her. Right. So she didn't give a damn, like you say, she had to work for racetrack, Walmart, wherever she had to work, phone company, wherever she had to go work. She abhorred that thing. Read on.
Which is upon mine head in the days wherein I show myself, and that I abhor it as a mistress rag.
She said she abhorred it as a mistress rag. So whenever she didn't have to be in the sight of the king, what you think she did?
I guess abide by the king.
And then what she do?
And wore her modest.
She put on her modest apparel.
That's right.
And that I wear it not when I am private by myself.
So when she private by herself, she didn't wear the king's apparel. She didn't wear what the king wanted her to wear. You understand? A lot of our sisters don't think, well, slave master say I got to wear this, I guess I'm gonna wear this. My job say I'm gonna wear this, I got to wear it. But never ask, hey, I don't wear pants no more. I wear dresses now. Nobody think to say that I'm gonna lean on God and have God fight my battle. You know what? You gonna change the thoughts of the enemy? You gotta depend on them daily. So Lord, I need you to change this thought because I want to keep your laws, statutes, and commandments. I want to dress in modest apparel. Right. I want to adorn myself righteously. You understand? For you, Lord. Right. I got you down. You know what? You got that. Go ahead, change that. You good? I can wear church. Yeah. Go ahead. I can get Saturday off. Yeah, go ahead. But you got to be doing what God is saying to do first, though.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Same thing. That's your son?
Yes, sir.
So if your son said, Mom, I ain't taking out no trash. Get the kickers. I ain't watching no Disney. I ain't doing none of that. I'm about to go ride my bike. Be back. When the sun go down, I'm gonna be back. What you gonna do? You gonna let him be in? You gonna let him come in now?
I got it right over that house, though. I got
Hold on. Mama, I ain't doing that. When you like that? Mama, I ain't doing no dishes. I ain't cleaning my room. You won't clean it. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing none of that.
I do agree.
I'll be back when I'm back. And I'm gonna be at where I'm at.
16-7.
I do agree with you, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with the Most High God as us being His children. So it was another thing in Daniel, with Daniel asked for permission to get the certain foods.
Yes, sir.
You got that?
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 7.
Bring it up.
When a man's way please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him.
When a man's ways please the Lord, when we do what the Lord is telling us to do, He gonna make His enemies to be at peace with us.
Right.
You understand? You think God is not gonna acknowledge you want to do for Him? You would acknowledge your son, Mama. Let me wash your car. Mama, let me wash your clothes. I got it this weekend. Mama, let me do this. Mama, let me go to the store for you. You know what I'm saying? You gonna feel appreciated.
That's right.
Damn, he been hearing me. You know what I'm saying? He giving me rest. So that's the same thing. If we doing what God is telling us to do, God is gonna make everything blessed around us.
We got church at.
You got a flyer? You know what that said in Daniel I'm looking for?
The book of Daniel, chapter
I'm gonna figure it out.
Okay. Listen at this, sis.
This y'all tomorrow.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 7.
Today too?
Yeah, today.
What time? 3?
Yeah, because today is the Saturday. We gonna come together on the Saturday. My sister, you know, you had my heart shook. You had my heart shook. I'm glad you came back, my sister. I'm glad you came back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You had my heart shook. Read that again.
The book of Daniel, chapter 1, verse 7. Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names. For he gave it to Daniel the name of Belteshazzar, and to Hananiah of Shadrach, and to Mishael as Meshach, and to Azariah of Abednego.
I'm sorry. Jump up to verse 4. The king appointed him a daily provision of the king's meat. Yeah.
Verse 4. Children, in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful in all wisdom, and cunning in knowledge, and understanding science, and as such as had ability in them to stand in the king's palace, and of whom they might teach the learning of the tongue of the Chaldean. And the king appointed them a daily provision of the king's meat, and of the wine which he drank, so nourishing them 3 years, that at the end thereof they might stand before the king.
So we reading about Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. You ever heard that story about the 300 children? This is the story we read about. We're reading about these 3 men, right? So they are in the captivity, and the king gave them a provision of daily meat because they were well-favored children. You know what I'm saying? It's like almost since if your son went to the NFL league or something like that, or he was acknowledged for how smart he is. Sent off to a prestigious school or whatnot, right? So they were being recognized by the king. And the king gave them a provision of daily meat, but the meats were undefiled. You understand? They gave them a provision of meats that were not clean, that were not good to eat. Right. Off of.
Verse 10.
Verse 10.
Yes, sir.
And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord the king, who hath appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your faces worse, liking than the children which are of your sort?
Hold up. No, you skip the part. Jump up to verse 8.
Verse 8. But the Daniel purposed in his heart that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat.
So Daniel did not want to defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. He wanted to eat rightful foods. Because there's a dietary law that we have to keep.
That's right.
God said to eat and to not to eat.
Right.
Let my brother explain this to you, right? Read on.
Lord, with the wine which he drank, therefore he requested of the prince of the eunuchs.
We missed it. You hear what's going on, right? So there was a provision of the king's meat that was supposed to be given to Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego, right?
Yeah.
And Daniel purposed in his heart that he didn't want to defile himself with those foods. So what did he do? He what?
Therefore he requested.
He requested. He made a request unto the eunuch, to give to the king. That what?
Of the prince of the eunuchs, that he might not defile himself. Now God had brought Daniel into the favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs.
God brought him into favor. The same way God will bring you into favor to dress in modest apparel.
Right.
You understand? But you got to make sure that, hey, no, I'm doing this to serve God. I ain't doing this to go out to the club after I get out of work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm doing this to serve you.
Right.
You understand? That's what we want. All you got to do is make the request. Make your request made known unto God. And he'll show you the right way.
What is the nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord. His word, his word, his word.